Matchup in today's game is the Kings coming to town for this one. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to this broadcast of Westbrook. Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Up front is Thompson and Cousins. McLemore is out there with Collison. They've been stuck at the bottom for almost a decade now.
Well, in the Western Conference, Kevin, it's hard to get out of the doldrums, and the Kings just haven't quite been able to match up with the top teams out that way.
And the Thunder with the position. Left side, Westbrook. Just 5 to shoot. The baseline J off the mark.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Here's McLemore. Shot no good. And the Thunder going the other way now. Right side, Durant. From downtown. And the shot is good.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Here's Sacramento now. Collison dishes to McLemore. Back to Collison. And it's Durant with the rebound. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Throws it up high. Got a piece of it. Down low. Westbrook kicks to Durant. From deep. And it's rebounded by DeMar.
Well, you don't see him miss that shot very often. When he's open like that, it's usually lights out.
Now here's Gay. That's good. Gay's got 5 now.
Looks like he might be on his game today, Clark.
Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter.
Well, it's been something that a lot of people anticipated in the NBA, and they've been waiting for it to happen. And some teams have been fearing that it would happen, but last season, Cousins became the center that the Kings hoped he would be. Up high and down hard. That's right.
That's right. You use it, brother.
Hard, high, and strong. Give it up.
Their bench just erupts at that one. They loved it.
Slick. That was just amazing to watch.
And the Kings pushing it up now. Collison with the ball. And it's Thompson with the jam.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Yeah, that's right. So you push it. That's the best opportunity for points on the break. This lead, I think, is headed north.
And Adams kicks to Roberson. The wide open look for Durant. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. And that's now 6 points for Kevin Durant. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. The layup missed.
You know, typically, guys, he has the body control to finish when he's in that tight. I'm not sure what happened there.
And McLemore kicks to Collison. Cousins, the pass to Collison. Off target from three-point range. Thunder have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. And Ibaka slams it in.
A surreal alley-oop that time, partner.
The pass, Clark. Catch the dunk, all of it perfect.
Precision. At its finest.
Man, and it all had to be perfect and in precision. That's not nearly as easy as they made it look.
And the Thunder going with the whole new group out there. Sacramento making some changes. Miller, that's for 2. Again, the miss by the Kings.
I'll tell you what, the mid-range shot is not the easiest one to make, but when you've got daylight like he had there, I mean, those are shots you want to make.
Augustine from outside. Sacramento grabs the miss. Evans goes in, shoots from 12. Shot's good. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
This could be a back and forth game all the way, guys, the way it's being played. This is fun to watch.
Feeds it to Morrow. Waiters gets a wide open look. Drops in the tray. Waiters got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Kings have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. And it's Miller penetrating. Kespe for 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Evans. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. Oklahoma City shooting at around 42% since the opening tip. Here's Morrow. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Now Williams to the right side. Caspi dishes to Evans. 1 second left. No good on that last second attempt. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Boy, a ton of threes in that first quarter. This team really lighting it up, guys.
Yeah, it's been an onslaught from downtown. Omri Caspi out of Israel, finding success last season playing the stretch 4 role in Houston. That's a great fit for his skill level. He's primarily a small forward throughout his career, but given the way he can rebound at that position, moving him to the stretch 4 position made a lot of sense.
On the court for Sacramento, Evans is out there with Derek Williams. Then it's Ray McCallum. And it's Andre Miller.
Back and forth we go. That basket gives us another lead change.
And there have been too many of those to keep track of. What a contest.
A 3 from Gay. Good. Gay's got 10 points in the game. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
You know what? Can you believe there have been 7 lead changes already, guys?
Wow.
Man, we're still in the first half. I mean, the way this thing is going, this could turn into a wild one. Little touch of class there, guys. The end of that play with the finger roll.
Collison kicks to McLemore. Gay outside. The baseline J. And it's Gay again missing. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. And Durant, here we go. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Thunder.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And I like the physical play we're seeing, too, because this is a club that's really pounding the paint area and scoring inside.
Well, there is a reason they call it Loud City. Oklahoma City, voted by NBA GMs as having the best home court advantage in the NBA. The fans are on top of you and engaged from start to finish.
And the Thunder, moving to OKC 6 seasons ago, have really become part of the fabric of this community, whether it was assisting in the recovery from the big tornado to helping revitalize downtown. You see how a team can provide a rallying cry for an entire community.
And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That is his first foul of the game. Thompson, he's checked in for Casper. It's rebounded by McLemore.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And that's a really deft touch right there, guys.
And he just guided that ball back up and in. You know, Clark, just a fingertip touch on the ball.
Really well done.
Yeah, you don't need to catch it and gather and try to go back up if you've got that type of angle, and he really took advantage.
And for these Oklahoma City fans, Clark, they've certainly had it good. A team that's made the playoffs in all but their first season here. Superstar talent as well.
Yeah, you go back to that inaugural season, Kevin, in OKC, 23 wins. They've been a powerhouse ever since, and the fans now expect this team to not only contend, but to eventually bring home an NBA title.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Gentlemen, Scott Brooks is very close with his star, Kevin Durant, but that doesn't mean he gets any free perks at Katie's restaurant in Bricktown. Brooks said, I get nothing. I mean, give me a dessert, a peach cobbler, something, a sweet tea. No, this guy's cheap. That's one thing about KD. For 7 straight years, he's been cheap. Kevin, over to you.
He stays consistent, Doris. Very efficient. Thank you. And Westbrook, here we go. He dishes it to Robertson. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Roberson's got himself on the board with 3 there. Collison, the pass to Gay. Up on the wing. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Darren Collison.
Guys, you know, you're not going to hit that shot too often.
And he gets it to go. Russell Westbrook still among the league leaders in shots at the rim, but Steve, he's expanding his offensive arsenal.
Well, he's improved as a three-point shooter. You know, he's got a great pull-up jumper from mid-range already, especially from that foul line area. So Westbrook really is a threat from all over the court.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Cantor checked in for Adams. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Kevin Durant. And Deion Waiters subbed in for Roberson. And it's Evans missing.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Collison dishes to Westbrook. Evans with the rebound.
And Westbrook starting to go to work in the post a little bit. At almost 6'4", with his strength and explosiveness, he's really too much for just about any point guard to handle down low.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out there.
Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Miller kicks to Williams. To the inside. Knocked loose.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity they have. Ooh, that was awesome.
Look out below. Miller kicks to Evans. Kicks it out to Gay. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. That's 12 points for Rudy Gay.
His presence is very comforting for this team. He's kind of a fallback option for them anytime they need it.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. The Kings trail by 6. And it's Miller penetrating. Gay against Waiters. And now it's Waiters running. He can go all the way.
Oh, get it! Right now. Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
And so that's the end of the first. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment.
What a game it's been for Westbrook. 15 points, and he hasn't forgotten to get his teammates involved either.
Well, that's important, Clark. I mean, he's conscious of the fact that moving the ball around gets the defense to move. It forces them to work, and it creates a better offensive flow for his own team.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at the Thunder. And outside at the 3 with Ibaka playing the power forward. Russell Westbrook out there with Roberson. And it's Adams, and it's the 5.
You know, Kevin Durant has really worked hard on his ball handling and passing, and it's a response to facing constant traps and double teams in the playoffs. In those situations, being able to escape pressure and find the open man, that is crucial to his success.
Collison against Westbrook to the paint. Durant, the pass to Ibaka. Roberson dishes to Westbrook. Stolen by Collison. Goes up. The big dunk at the end of the break. That could give him a huge injection of energy, Clark.
And Kevin, that's exactly what they need right now. They've got to close the gap.
Forget about that for a second. How about the burst to the bucket for a point guard? Boy, he can power those down.
You know, he may not have the elevation or the hops. He doesn't need it, though. The big fella throwing it down anyway.
He usually does save the high flying for the little guys, Clark. You're right.
Yeah, well, sometimes it looks like he's pinned to the ground, but when he gets positioned like that, he can put it down.
And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That'll be his second foul of the game. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. 6 to shoot. Durant with it. Gay picks him up defensively. Shot's good by Durant.
And Durant actually played point guard in high school his freshman year. But a 5-inch growth spurt his sophomore year took him from 6'3" to 6'8" and moved him from guard to forward.
DJ Augustine's checked in for Russell Westbrook. And a change for Sacramento. Caspi, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. Here's Collison. And Cousins kicks to McLemore. Shot no good. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. And when Durant played in Seattle, he played shooting guard. Steve in Oklahoma City, they put him at small forward.
Well, it's a more natural position for him. And, you know, he's worked hard to kind of lower his shoulders when he's dribbling in traffic, trying to find angles that he couldn't get to before. And he's cut down his turnovers. But when he gets to his spot, you know, kind of at the elbows or in the paint, he rises up and he just shoots over the top of everybody.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Augustine against Collison. Durant in the corner. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That is his first foul of the game. And the Thunder making a switch here. Westbrook's checked in.
Russell Westbrook.
Collison kicks to McLemore. Back to Collison. Pass to Caspi. And the three off target. Here's Thompson, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Thompson's got 8 points.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it. I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Evans, he's checked in for Thompson. And Miller's subbed in for Darren Collison. Here's Westbrook. And he banks in the layup. Westbrook's got 19 points.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead. It's now been 8 years since the Kings have played postseason basketball, and the path back to the playoffs, especially in the Western Conference, is not getting any easier anytime soon.
Getting back to the Kings and getting back to the playoffs, Steve, they have some pieces now, they feel.
Yeah, I mean, but you need more than just talent. You know, you need a couple of stars, and you need a full commitment from everybody on the floor. Look, this is a young team. I think they're moving in the right direction, but they've got to continue to grow together. You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
Here's McLemore, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft, obviously. You know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that.
Durant for three. That doesn't go either for Durant.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, I've been impressed with just both teams' energy, just really working hard on the board.
Fires the three. Again, Durant missing.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
And Caspi kicks to McLemore. That is good. And now just a 3-point Thunder lead.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
Well, now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here.
And he was up over the 80% mark from the free throw line last year. I'm sure he was pretty happy with those numbers.
Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you've got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
From 15 feet away, and Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
6 seconds left in the third quarter. Gets it off, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, this had to be the choice. It was an absolutely sensational feat, putting it way up there above the rim so that only his teammate could catch it. And not only does he do it, but he powers it down from there.
The timings of these plays are just phenomenal.
No question.
And a look at the five for the Kings to start the fourth. Up front, it's Thompson and Cousins. McLemore is out there with Collison. And it's Gay in at the 3. When you have the explosive talent, Clark, the Thunder have, you can compete with any team, and that's a big part of why they were a top team out west once again.
You know, a lot of people wondered if they had slipped from the elite teams in the West, but again, Kevin, they proved they are still amongst the top teams in the league.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And another thing they're doing is really taking advantage of fast break opportunities, scoring some easy baskets. And as you said, there were questions about the Thunder heading into this last year, but it showed they're still part of the elite group.
And he gets the bucket.
You know, they've been able to depend on his offense all game long, guys. He's drained a lot of shots out here.
And between now and the horn, Steve, the ball should be in his hands as much as possible if they want to continue to build this lead.
That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. 15 points for Gay.
Well, you know, the Thunder really do a lot of things well. There aren't many weaknesses when you look at this team. Playing in the way at West can be a real marathon, but the Thunder, they're built to handle it over the course of a long season. Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy 2, the for sure 2. No need to make it fancy and special.
Here's Adams. He feeds it to Robertson. The wide open look for Durant. And good, he has it.
He could have forced a tough inside shot, but made a terrific kick out to find the open jumper instead.
Collison dishes to Gay from 12 feet out. Another miss by Gay.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons. What a great play to sacrifice his body and take the hit.
Yeah, I thought that was excellent awareness and anticipation to beat him to the spot there.
The Kings trail by 8. Outside Collison. Gay left side. The kick out to Collison. In low to Cousins. It's stolen by Ibaka. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Durant's got the ball. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
I didn't really expect him to turn it over as many times as he has in the second half. It's caught me by surprise because before the break he only had 1.
Gay outside. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
Well, that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
A drive by Collison from about 19 feet.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And the jam by Kevin Durant.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bring it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning, too.
But I'll tell you, the pass was even better. I mean, he put it on an absolute platter for him.
Well, for one,
Collison with it, guarded now by Durant. Here's McLemore. Here's Thompson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
What a performance. Just look at the game for Thompson. He's got 8 points and also an assist.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
Boy, they came out of the locker room at halftime with a much more physical disposition than they had in the first half.
Sure helps that they've got extra trips to the foul line here in the second, and that has to continue if they're going to complete this comeback.
They set the screen. It's Westbrook with the drop.
Are you guys feeling that? You got to be feeling that. Come on, man.
The whole building's feeling it. Are you feeling it?
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling it too.
My chair's shaking. I feel it.
Ibaka, the pass to Durant. That doesn't go either for Durant.
Major defensive lapse right there. He's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
1:14 left in the fourth quarter. Right side, Westbrook. from 15 feet away. And it falls over the rim and in. Westbrook's got the lead up to 10 now for Oklahoma City.
So it looks like just playing the last bit of this game out in what should be a nice win here for the Thunder.
You know, Clark, their big advantage was points in the paint.
Well, they pounded that ball inside, Kevin, and operated down low. It worked for them consistently.
You look at the stats, and you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Westbrook. He was extremely efficient offensively, getting looks, knocking down big shots all game long.
A baseline J gets the front of the rim and out. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. Durant with a wide open look. Durant with another miss. Sacramento's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
That's his third personal foul. At the line for the Kings, Rudy Gay. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Gay. So both teams making some changes here. Rudy Gay hits them both. Oklahoma City shooting and hitting almost everything here in the fourth, up around 58% from the field. Passes it to Augustine. There's the triple. Evans grabs the board. And here we go with Miller running up the court. Again, the miss by the King. Here's Waiters. Misses. So no.
Russell, congratulations.
Another one of them flip mode joints. The entire. Check it out, y'all. Just sing to the left, sing to the right. Make you feel good, make you feel alright. One time, feel good, yeah, y'all. Bust the round in the place, y'all. Nigga, you feel real good, y'all. Flip mode is the squad in the place, y'all. Buck wild to all of my who don't care. Lost like a bunch of young black millionaires. Making you run, me and my stacking my ones. Lost a little, invest up in the mutual fund. Blowing the horn, a sense of every day I was born. Never dream I see it landscaping my lawn. Dangerous, be accurate. Have to get the flow be so immaculate. Hey yo, watching my dough. Sipping it slow, then pretty saying hello. Anyway, go ahead and display your olive olay. Little honey dip whipping a little cabriolet.
And now, the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Sprite.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the New Orleans Pelicans come in for this one. The Pacer fans are making noise here in downtown Indianapolis, Indiana. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin. Harlan joining me, Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and courtside, Doris Burke. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So the Pelican 5 right now. Davis and Ashik patrol the paint. Gordon out there with Tyreek Evans. And it's Pondexter in at the 3 spot.
He's so reliable. And, you know, his offense seems to be consistently there for this team.
Roy Hibbert, one of the biggest players in the league, Clark, 7'2", last season, bulking up to 290 pounds.
Yeah, he wanted to get stronger to better hold his position in the low post. And for a good portion of the season he did that, then he fell back into some old habits. You know, when he first joined the Pacers, the coach had him slim down to 250 pounds because the type of game the Pacers was playing was a little different. But he's a player who's best playing to his strength. And we mean that literally.
Pondexter with it. George picks him up. Pondexter with it. Outside Gordon. Pass to Davis. It's rebounded by Indiana. Hibbert's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Miles the pass to George. Hibbert with a screen for George. Fires from the corner. Cannot hit.
Would have been lucky to knock that shot down.
Yeah, that kind of shot will definitely get you the high eyebrows from the coach and maybe get you a seat on the bench, too.
In the corner, it's Gordon. Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession.
That was an awfully risky pass, guys. Lucky it didn't wind up as a steal.
Well, it nearly did wind up as a steal, but no harm done in the end. They hang on to possession.
For Indiana, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Outside, George. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
That's a tough one there because he's wide open. That's a shot he expects to make.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Evans outside. Pass to Gordon. Just 5 on the clock. Kicks it to Davis. Here's Pondexter.
Boy, after the first 3 misses, I thought they'd get one here, but they still can't connect.
New Orleans moving it around. Here's Davis.
Trying to get off the schneid here. 0 for 5. What's a schneid, by the way, Clark? Another finish at the bottom of the division for the Pelicans last year. But they showed that they're working towards something, and I think they could be a playoff team in the coming years.
Well, the Pelicans certainly have the pieces to get to the postseason, as you said. I mean, it's only a matter of time, I think, before they get it done and figured out so they can be a postseason team. Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match. Guys, you know, you're not going to hit that shot too often. That's high risk.
Hibbert with it. Hill kicks to Miles. Outside, George. The finish. And it's Gordon with the finish. The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Yeah, that is Showtime stuff right there. Major highlight reel material. That's flat out embarrassing.
And really for the Pelicans, Steve, it'll just be about being patient and not wanting to rush into the postseason. Let their team grow naturally.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, it's been a while since New Orleans has played in the postseason. 2011 was their last appearance. But, you know, just trying for a quick run with high-priced free agents would not be in their best interest.
Now Davis. Paul George missing from long range. That gives them the lead.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Well, it wasn't like Anthony Davis had a bad rookie season. He was injured for a bit and slowed down his development, certainly. But Steve, last year he showed just why he was taken first overall.
Oh, man, he was a dominant force. He quickly developed into what he looked like back in college when he was just a force at both ends of the floor. There's no telling how good Davis can be. I think within 2 or 3 years, he's going to be an MVP candidate.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Off the inbound pass, here's Hill. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And the layup just gift-wrapped right there. I mean, he had a clear path to the basket.
And with Davis, when you think about how other big men have developed in this league, it's usually 4 to 5 years to get the strength they need and understand the nature of the center position. And you look at a guy like Davis, that learning curve and his ability to dominate has been accelerated quite a bit.
And it's the Pacers with the ball. The Pelicans make their last shot.
How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
And glide. And glide. You got to glide in and reverse it home. So sweet. Davis's fast ascension to stardom was helped a lot by his inclusion on Team USA as he learned what it would take very early on. It was a rare opportunity for a player like him to look to make the most of it as it paid off last season.
Well,
Looks like he's trying to find a groove in this game. Just hasn't had it dialed in yet.
And Cole kicks to Cunningham. Dishes it to Anderson. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Can you believe that dunk? I mean, that was first class right there.
I'm not sure I can believe that.
I don't know how he was able to execute the reverse in such tight quarters. Incredible.
In low to Hill. Outside for George. This one for three. And it's George again missing. Cunningham dishes it to Cole. Here is Cunningham. It's a tie game in Indiana. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
And I thought the key in that first quarter was the offensive aggressiveness. They attacked the rim and got to the foul line.
And I sense they're really feeling good about playing at home, taking advantage of the home court.
One thing the teams know when they come to Indianapolis is that points are not going to be easy to get. The Pacers, Clark, you know this very well, play very tough D here at home.
Yeah, the pillars for that team have been defense and rebounding the basketball. That's who they are, and that's how they play.
They've got Hill. Roy Hibbert is out there with LaVoy Allen. Then it's Donald Sloan, and it's Stuckey in at the 2 spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Here's Holiday following the score by Indiana. Out to the right, rebounds now in the game.
Pacers really built around defense, and here in Indy they are.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, incredibly, Anthony Davis, one of the league's rangiest big men, and it's rumored that he's still growing. Asked about it, Davis joked, "I hope not." I don't want to be 7 feet. It just sounds weird, but if I grow, I can't help it. He does, however, want to get stronger, though. Now up over 240 pounds, he's putting in work in the weight room. Sounds like trouble for the competition, Kevin.
I should help him hold his own inside, Doris. Thanks. George, that's a 2-pointer. Left side, George. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
It's been a poor shooting performance for him today, but luckily for them, a lot of his teammates have come through.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. And Asha kicks to Davis. Shot is off. And Indiana will come the other way.
Well, on paper, only Chicago played better defense at home than the Pacers did. But the Pacers are what you would call an elite defensive team. It's really apparent at home when the Pacers typically would shut teams down in a big way.
Well, for Paul George, his leap last season, not just about accentuating his strengths, but also cutting back on the negative plays, in particular, lowering his fouls and turnovers while he's on the floor.
Indiana leading by 4. Left side, George. Nice shot from the wing. George has got 4 points this quarter.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Evans passes to Holiday. The feed to Davis to stop the drought. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Anthony Davis was stellar all of last year, but he did miss a lot of time with injury trouble. And I think that's the only thing that's going to slow him down in his quest to be possibly the best player in the NBA.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Mahini's checked in for Hibbert. Scola comes in for LaVoy Allen. Hill, he's checked in for George. And it's Watson in for Donald Sloan.
Boy, nice bucket. They are really playing intelligently here.
And even though the lead's not large, they've definitely got the upper hand.
And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. When you mentioned, Clark, the injury for Davis, he missed a couple of weeks with a broken bone in his hand.
Yeah, he got banged up his rookie season, too, but he's putting on muscle so that he can withstand the physicality of the NBA. And that'll help with his durability and his ability to hold his ground on defense.
George is checked in for the Pacers.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
And Cole kicks to Pondexter. Cuts off the pass. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. George with the ball. That doesn't go either for George.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
There's the foul. It's on Mahinmi. That is his first foul of the game. New Orleans making a switch here. Jins has checked in. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And the Pelicans miss again. Pacers leading by 9. Now the pass to Stuckey. Back to George. Left side, George. Just 5 on the clock. He kicks it to Stuckey. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Cunningham is checked in for the Pelicans.
2 seconds on the shot clock.
59 seconds left to play here in the second quarter.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Feeds it to Watson. Back to George. Six to shoot. Looking to get back on track here. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pelicans trail by 9. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. And Indiana making a change here. New Orleans shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. That one misses for Cole. Pacers leading by 7. Hill has the open look. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Cole. From beyond the arc. And the Pelicans miss again. And so...
Yes, guys, I'm here with Anthony.
The second half just about to get going here. Paul George really making a difference here.
Yeah, what a remarkable half, the way he attacked the rim and scored in the paint. Defenders that were trying to slow him down any way possible, but he still got through.
Easier said than done when he's the penetrator. His speed and agility make him extremely hard to defend.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Monty Williams. Davis and Asik patrol the paint. Tyreek Evans out there with Gordon, and it's Pondexter in at the 3 side. They get it back. Davis. And he makes good on the layup. Davis has got 5 now.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
Now, here is George. 14 points for him. Wes setting the pick for George. Evans with the rebound. Mark, you see Paul George out there, and I just think back to last season when he came out of the gate so hot and just was dominant in every part of the first part of the season. He really set the tone for the Pacers, I thought, last year, and you had a front row seat. You saw it all.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch his quick, hot start. He was consistent, and he really carried the Pacers to a really strong start in the first 2/3 of the season, right at the top of the Eastern Conference. But as hot as his start was, there was a bit of a downturn for him and the team as well.
Well, you saw it. How did he take it as the season went on?
Yeah, you know, it took a toll on him. Again, that's part of growing into being the guy that's a big name on the marquee.
90 seconds now into the second half. Evans attacking. Paul George with the steal. Here's Hill. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop by number 24.
Evans with it. George picks him up. Pondexter dishes to Asik. Plenty of space. That misses off the backboard.
That was not pretty there. You got to make that one, but maybe that's not his range.
Gordon with no one around. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
you know, he's so confident, sometimes to a fault, and that showed right there. That's a bad shot.
Exactly. I mean, that's self-inflicted damage right there. There are a lot better options than what he took.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Now here is Davis. He's got 5. West with the block. Now here's Hill, the fast break opportunity. That doesn't go either for George. Pelicans trail by 11. On the wing, Eric Gordon. There's the dish to Davis. Pondexter, the pass to Davis. And Asha kicks to Pondexter. He feeds it to Davis. And again, unable to change momentum here. And George, here we go. Outside Hill. George against Gordon. The 3-ball. Knocks it loose. Outside for Miles. Hill inside. There's 1:38 left to play in the third. George, that's a 2-pointer, and they convert it last on attempt number 3.
Well, with Pelicans head coach Monty Williams, it's about a defensive-minded approach. And because of that, he can't have been happy with the way his team allowed opponents to score last season. And I'm guessing that'll be a key focus for them going forward.
And down it goes. Done through off a wonderful assist.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. Watch out now. Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, now's when they need a little spark anyway.
Buries the long-range jumper. George has got 13 points in the second half.
Something happened at halftime because they seem to have left their defensive effort in the locker room.
Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and Davis can't get it to go.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
And George, here we go. Miles dishes to George. And he drops in the layup off the glass. George has got 29.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
It's stolen by West. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Pelicans trail by 18. Fires, high post. Cole's shot is good. Cole's got 6.
Well, he can squeeze himself into the box score every now and then.
Watson for 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. 3-pointer. No good. The Pelicans shooting just 31% in the game. Down low, West and Hibbert, C.J. Miles and Paul George are the wingmen. And it's Hill in at the point. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Here's Cole. He dishes it to Pondexter. Here's Cole. He's guarded by Hill, and it's Cole missing.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding department too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises and so forth, but that's the way it should be. You should feel that you've competed when you do that work inside. Fantastic dunk, and he decided to hang around up there for a while, Kevin.
Well, maybe, he didn't want to land awkwardly. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was a safety move.
Or maybe he just wanted to give the photographers a better angle for the shot. Well, he's been pretty safe with the ball for the most part. In fact, that's his first turnover, guys.
That'll be a 5-second call.
They've done a pretty nice job of taking care of the ball here tonight, but they've got to continue to do so to maintain this lead.
Lays it up and banks it in. Pacers leading by 17. West setting the pick for Hill. Outside, George. Here's the three. Eric Gordon grabs the board. For New Orleans, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And there's the foul. It goes on C.J. Miles. That is his first foul of the game. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Here's Davis.
He hasn't been able to make anything here in the second half.
West with some nice D. Hill kicks to George. And it's Quincy Pondexter with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Outside, George. Releases from the wing and drills it. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, it's a pretty poor display from the field for them in the first half, but they've got the lead, and now the shots are starting to fall.
Now, they shot under 40% before the break, and that had to change coming into the second half, so they're starting to figure it out.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And I love how he goes with that one-hand tomahawk slam. Beautiful.
And Cole kicks to Davis, and David West gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. So the Pelicans win the tip. Now the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. Davis and Ashik patrol the paint. Gordon out there with Tyreek Evans. And it's Pondexter in at the 3 spot. Outside, George. Pulls up on the wing. And the shot is good.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it. Roy Hibbert, the big dog, number 55 for the Pacers, is 7'2", and is a little too big for king-size beds. Every time the Pacers go on the road, he has to take along a special inflatable mattress that he likes to sleep on. Downsides to living large.
Now, here is George, following the shot by Evans. Miles. No good from outside. And so it's New Orleans with it. Davis drives in. The quick look, no good that time.
Still looking for that first bucket here to start the game.
Dishes to George. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Elbow shot is on the way. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. The Pelicans have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And there's the foul. It goes on C.J. Miles. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, the Pacers. Davis dishes to Ashik. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Pondexter, defended by George.
Still scoreless after 4 attempts, trying to take the lid off the basket.
Pulls it up. That one off the back iron and out. On defense, Indiana. Here's Davis, and he goes in for the dunk.
Boy, beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
It took some time, and fans might have been unsure for a while, but clearly the Pelicans have a direction for this team now, and I think they're a franchise on the rise.
Now, here is George, and it's Quincy Pondexter with the foul. That's his first foul. 3 from the inbound.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
Pass to Davis. All alone. And he hits the jump shot. Davis has got his second bucket.
And with the Pelicans getting a franchise big like they did with Davis always helps, but they're also active in acquiring talent to grow around him.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Evans kicks to Davis. Evans outside. The feed to Pondexter. Passes it to Davis. 6 to shoot. Another one falls for New Orleans. For the Pelicans, getting young talent is one thing, and they want to make sure, Clark, that they got the right talent to fit alongside their stars.
Kevin, I really think sometimes the cohesiveness and the fitting of the parts is overlooked and undervalued. And the Pelicans are trying to make that a real priority. Not only do we want talent, but we want it to fit together nicely. And you got to give them kudos for that.
That's a good point. Hill kicks to George. That doesn't go either for George.
I tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
George against Evans. Back to Davis. It's stolen by Hill. West passes to Hibbert. George with no one around. Buries the long-range jumper. George has got 5 now.
Scoring-wise, a really sluggish start for him, guys. I mean, just 2 for 7 overall.
And there's the foul. It goes on C.J. Miles. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, he's got to watch himself now. I mean, that's 2 fouls already, and he can't afford another one.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Excellent work to turn that miss into 2 points on the tap in.
Hustle points, I believe they called it.
And great instincts, too. You're just anticipating where the ball is heading. Great job there, beating everybody else to the ball.
Hill has the open look. That's good, and the assist goes to Watson. Hill's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Looked like there was a little confusion there as to who was supposed to be guarding him.
The wide open look here for Holiday. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you answer.
Kicks to Hill. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the first.
You know, it's really a bit surprising that the coach kept him on the floor this long. And because he did, he's picked up his 3rd foul now.
They can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. Pacers trail by 5. George with the ball. And Holiday picks him up defensively. George against Holiday. Another shot. A shot by George. Wide open. And again, it's Indiana.
You know, he's always thinking. That's what I like about him. Spotted the open man and immediately changed out of his shot and gave it up.
The dish to Holiday. Shoots the 3. That's good. Holiday's got 6. Now Miles. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. George with no one around. And that one comes up a bit short. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Yeah, the defense has been terrific. They came out right from the beginning, alert and focused, and they've been really good at that end of the floor.
And I think Coach has to be pleased with the effort, Steve.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. Cunningham is out there with Anderson. Then it's Holiday. Then it's Norris Cole. And it's Ajinça in at the center, filling out the middle. And it's George finishing it off.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Yeah, it's one thing to create a turnover, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, that's even better. George Hill, an efficient combo guard. He was acquired by the Pacers in a draft day deal back in 2011. That was the Kawhi Leonard trade, with Leonard, of course, going to the Spurs. It's a trade that benefited both sides.
Goes up again, and there's the play by Anderson inside. Anderson's got his second basket of the game.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out, that's the results you get right there.
Sloan shot is off. And I know, Clark, that you know Hill well. George, an Indianapolis native, played collegiately at nearby IUPUI.
And Kevin, going now in his 4th season with the Pacers, exactly the kind of support star that you want as a contending team. He's rock solid, really defends his position well. It's steady. I'd like to see him be more aggressive in looking for his own offense.
Well, you wondered how things would go for the Pacers after they had a hiccup midseason. Had to call players-only meeting.
And did so very close to the playoffs, Kevin. This team struggled because of its youth in handling the extra scrutiny and the burden of expectations, and it took them a while to kind of figure it out, and weren't quite as good as they wanted to be during the playoffs.
The shot by Evans, nobody around. That's good with a Douglas assist. Evans has got the lead up to 6 now for the Pelicans. Allen kicks to Hill, and the wide open shot from Stuckey. Good on the triple. Stuckey's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And you can see how it affected the team early on in the playoffs. The Hawks took them to 7 games. They had some trouble with Washington. Definitely seemed like they had some issues to figure out.
The drive by Hill, baseline jumper, and again it's Indiana.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Now here's Evans. Gordon with no one around. Again, the miss by Gordon.
Yeah, that's a low percentage shot right there.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, he's got to be thinking out there a little better. Make the pass in that situation. Don't force a bad shot.
That lead pass allowed him to get straight to the hoop without losing any momentum.
Here's Evans following the basket by Rodney Stuckey. Now Douglas, Gordon with no one around, and the 3 ball is good. Gordon's got his first 3 points of the game.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
The pass to Sloan from deep. The shot is off. And New Orleans will come the other way. And New Orleans pushing it up now. And it's Evans missing. Indiana's gone 2 for 5 from 3-point land since the end of the first. And the wide open shot from Stuckey. Here's Allen out to Stuckey. Feeds it to Sloan. Stuckey dishes to Hill. Takes a 3. Stuckey with another miss. New Orleans in the lead. It's tipped. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Gentlemen, Anthony Davis defying comparison in his young NBA career. As the great Dirk Nowitzki said, in all my years, I've never seen anyone like him. And Coach Monty Williams said, he's not like anyone we've ever seen. He's going to be his own player. Drew Holiday put it plainly, quote, he's the franchise. He's the go-to guy. And everybody here knows it. Kevin, over to you.
Chance to become league MVP in time, Doris. His talent is that caliber. Thank you. And it's Rodney Stuckey with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. So both teams changing it up here. Pondexter. And again, no good by New Orleans. Asik, no good. The Pacers have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. And that one's good. 14 points for Paul George.
And he just used his height that time down low. That's going to be pretty hard to defend against.
Evans. No good from outside. Pacers have gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter. Up over 50%. New Orleans has gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter. Only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Davis, they get it back. Kicks it out to Gordon. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
That foul is really going to hurt him in the second half. I mean, he's got to sit and may have to be off the floor for a long time. And they'll miss everything he brings to their team. I mean, he's active, he's aggressive, he's smart, he's tough. I mean, they're going to miss his presence significantly.
All free throws good from Eric Gordon. And Indiana shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. And here's George. He's got 14. With 1 on the clock. Got it off in time, but it's no good. It's a tie game. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Paul George really making a difference here.
You know, he spoils us with his performances game in and game out. And so far, just another big scoring night for him.
Typically, when he puts up that many points in the first half, he's going to follow it up with a better second half. We'll see if that happens here.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
Looking at the game for George, he has 14 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
Well, the defenders have that in the back of their minds now, too, so they're going to close out on him quicker. That should allow him to use the drive if he wants.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And so in the game for the Pacers, Paul George is the 3 with David West at the 4. Hill is out there with Rodney Stuckey. And it's Hibbert in at the 5, roaming the paint. West misses.
And they've missed the first 3 shots of the third quarter.
Well, trade rumors circulated around Eric Gordon last season. Makes you wonder if there was some buyer's remorse from the Pelicans after they matched the Suns' 4-year, almost $60 million offer sheet.
Here's George. The Pelicans make their last shot. Picked by West. It's back to Hill. He kicks to George. Releases. Hibbert trying to free himself up. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense. Boy, the floor really opened up for him there.
It sure did. A good job getting it started before the defense can get itself set.
Now, here is George. 14 points for him. That doesn't go either for George.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball, share the sugar. Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter. And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, gentlemen, the Pacers head coach Frank Vogel has helped turn this team into a powerhouse. He's had a reputation for positivity, lifting his players up and boosting their confidence. As Paul George put it, coach has no shame in calling you out. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get embarrassed. No one wants that, Kevin.
He'll call you out, Doris. That's for sure. Thanks. Here is Stuckey. Following the basket by Anthony Davis. Outside, George. Clock at 6. George double team. Hill kicks to George. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. 19 points here for George.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Well, for the Pelicans, Steve, going for the playoffs last season, they did give up a lot of their financial flexibility.
Well, big contracts for Tyreek Evans and Drew Holiday. You know, they've established their court. Now they have to make internal improvements to take that next step.
Rookie news out there now for the Pelicans. Monte Cunningham's checked in for Davis. Douglas comes in for Eric Gordon. And it's Holiday in for Quincy Pondexter. Evans outside. Over to the left wing. From 18 feet away. Knocks it loose.
Well, he didn't quit on the play. Defended the shot, contested it, and then got back straight to the glass.
And he gets the bucket.
And it feels like the energy has just picked up big time here. Both teams now feeding off each other's intensity.
I don't know what was said in the locker rooms at halftime, Steve, but it's obvious both sides have responded well.
And again, New Orleans has no luck.
And, you know, much like the Holiday trade gave away some valuable assets, the Pelicans also lost some pieces with the Evans sign, trading away 2 starters in Gravis Vasquez and Robin Lopez. They're hoping what they've added will outweigh the losses. And typically in trades, and when you're trying to build a playoff-type team, you have to give up value to get value.
Now here's Evans. He has 6. And there's the foul. It's on C.J. Watson. That's his first foul. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Mahinmi. Rich comes in for Luis Scola. Paul George, he's checked in for Hill. And it's Hill in for C.J. Watson. Ryan Anderson, who's checked in for New Orleans. Coles comes in for Tony Douglas. Left side West. He feeds it to Miles. Tries to keep it alive. Hibbert the pass to George. The second chance effort. And it's Hibbert missing. Pelicans leading by 3. Here's Holiday. He's got 8. Lets it go from the wing. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Holiday's got 4 points this quarter.
And defensively, guys, they've lost something since halftime. I mean, they've given up open looks. They've got to buckle down and get some stops here. Play with some urgency.
And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
13 seconds on the shot clock. 13.
And here's George for three. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. New Orleans has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the fourth quarter going. Anderson and Davis, they're in the middle. Gordon is out there with Norris Cole. And it's Pondexter in at the small forward. And that is good.
You know, it was a pretty poor display from the field for them in the first half, but they've got the lead, and now the shots are starting to fall.
Yeah, they shot under 40% before the break, and that had to change coming into the second half, so they're starting to figure it out.
Stuckey can't get it to go.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. I mean, he's got to make those if he's going to take his game to the next level.
Pacers trail by 7. Outside Hill. He dishes it to Miles. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
Tell you what, they're going to have a hard time climbing back into the game if they're going to continue to play defense like that.
Here's Cole. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. And the Pelicans lead by 6. Hill kicks to Stuckey. Indiana moving the ball around. It's back to Hill. And he banks in the layup.
What's going on defensively there? A lack of focus, no concentration. Too easy.
Pelicans leading by 4. Fires from the wing. Perfect on the shot. Swishes it through.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Miles dishes to Hill. It's tipped. Miles the pass to Stuckey. That's good.
Boy, that is a tough shot.
The Pelicans have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And Cole kicks to Pondexter. No good on the 3.
Well, I think sort of just playing this one out now as they get the last rebound. They really haven't had much success today controlling the missed shot.
And it's Miles missing.
Boy, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
And Davis, here we go. Takes it off the glass. Davis has got 10 points in just the second half.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. It's stolen by Davis. Inside runner, and there's Eric Gordon on the assist by Davis. And it's an 8-point New Orleans lead. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And they've really done a nice job on the glass, too. A lot of second chance points here tonight.
That free throw, no good. Roy Hibbert's checked in for the Pacers. Paul George comes in for Rodney Stuckey. The Pelicans also changing it up. Ashik comes in for Anderson. And Tyreek Evans subbed in for Norris Cole.
He had to clear some space for himself to get that rebound. Not easy in there among the big bodies.
Full 24-second shot clock. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Outside Gordon. And there's the foul. It goes on C.J. Miles. That's his 5th foul.
That's really a tough call. One you don't like to see, but it was called, and now he's got to really make sure that he's on top of his game here in regards to not picking up another foul. That was his 5th right there.
And low to Hill. The shot's good on the assist by George.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
Evans outside. Knocks down the 3-ball. And the Pelicans lead by 9. Indiana, they're working against the clock right now. Outside, George. And Ashik sends it back. Wow! Pondexter with it. He's picked up by Hill. Pondexter kicks to Davis. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Boy, they needed that last rebound. They haven't done well on the boards overall, but that one was huge.
Still fighting for the win here.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half. I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Evans against Hill. Pelicans pull it in.
You know, typically, guys, he has the body control to finish when he's in that tight. I'm not sure what happened there.
And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's foul number 2 for him.
You know, that turnover right there isn't typical of the performance he's turned in today. In fact, that's his only turnover of the game. He's done a really good job taking care of the ball.
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. George with no one around. And the 3-ball is good.
You know, he's got that kind of a height advantage on the defender. It's just too easy for him to rise up and get the shot off.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. 34 seconds left in the game. Here's Davis, and he gets the bucket.
An example right there, guys, of how even as their lead grew into a big one, they never started coasting.
That's the truth. I mean, they've been in charge of this game all the way through. He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
And an intentional foul right there. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
Anthony Davis.
And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Indiana's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Pass to Miles. George, that's a 2-pointer. George missing again.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
And the call will be against George Hill. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And he is unable to get the second one. Dishes to Watson. Fires the 3. No good. So we see the Pelicans get the win here. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.